Little signal there, and I just popped this out. And this, my friend, is a Colonial era button. Big old flat button that's damaged. Boy, I tell you, it feels like it's melted. Dude! If this button's melted, we're on it. Well, yeah, I mean, it could be a house here that burned, but chances are we're on it. There's a shank, oh Colonial, and that's a melted button, dude. I think there's a chance, seriously, there's a chance we found the fort. Got a piece of melted brass and now melted Colonial button.
And it is a button.
Yeah, it's got the shank right. No, it helps yourself. So what we're going to have to do, this definitely warrants another trip back here. What we're going to do, we're going to come back, and I'm going to bring my probe, and we're going to look for the palisade. Okay, so I found the melted button there. A couple feet over, we found melted brass. This is the fort. We're inside the fort. So we're going to bring a probe. We're going to bring a shovel, and we're going to find the palisade. We can probably do that just by digging a trench. About where Todd is standing, right there, that's where the melted button, the other piece of melted thing came here. So it's probably the center, so the palisade is going to be out in this direction, all the way around. So if we just got our shovel and dig a trench, we'll dig it right down to the plow line, which is only 12 inches here, you saw that. 12-inch deep trench, keep going across there, and eventually you're going to hit a spot where the dark soil keeps going down. We'll clear that out and see if it goes around like post holes. And if it does that, we're 100% on the fort. Got a nice squeaker here, and I'm digging the hole. Yeah, I mean, it could be a bottle top. I don't know. I found so many of them, but this rock popped up, which looks like it could be a worked axe. What do you think? Like a Indian tool of some sort. Kind of like a river rock, but you see how it's chipped all the way around like that. Chipped there, so they might have done that for like a big scraper or something to break bones. But it's definitely a tool. Okay. I'm gonna dig that deeper too, just to see if how deep it goes. A squeaker here somewhere. Still in the hole, maybe. Really high squeak. I've dug so many bottle caps out and pull tabs that I'm a little gun shy. Yeah, see, that's a bottle cap over here. I'm gonna go ahead and dig that out, even though I don't really hear any more signals, just to see, if it goes past that 12-inch plow line there. So I'm still in a general area where we're finding this stuff. I just found another blob of melted something. I don't know if that's, I guess it's lead or lead alloy. This definitely gives a good signal. So one thing we can say for sure is that there was something here that burned in the mid to late 1700s based on the button. Boy, I tell you, my gut tells me this is it. This is the fort. It's awesome. Better get back to digging. This little area where I'm standing, we're finding a lot of stuff. You can see we're marking everything with rocks right now. But I can see the outline, brief outline. It's like a square outline right here. And I dug down. You can see the plow line, the bottom is much deeper here. Probably a good 6 or 7 inches deeper than it was before. Look, here's charcoal right here. That's charcoal, so more evidence of something burning. I guess that's just a flake. I'm not hearing any iron in here, but there's still evidence. A lot more rocks right here too, right in this little area. That red stuff, by the way, is just paint off my shovel, so don't get all excited. So that could be a pewter spoon. It could actually be a button. It could be anything, but we think that's pewter. And if you look at the hole, you can see we're down to that lighter soil, but look at that side. We're not down to the very bottom yet. It's still dark going down. And we're seeing charcoal in here, little bits and pieces of charcoal. So what I'm going to do is dig that way a little bit, just keep going straight down and see if it goes down into a pit or into a post hole. Because it's possible on that one. We haven't hit the bottom yet. Palisades, you got to find the palisade. The holes, post holes for the palisade. They'll be here and they'll be as plain as day when we dig into one. All right, so we're down to the last couple minutes of today's dig. So I want to get off the farm before it gets dark so we don't get the new permission, exclusive permission owner property, us, mad at us for being out here too late because I've had it happen in the past. We're digging big holes because we want to dig down to the plow line because we've got to find those palisade post holes. A little squeaker here, I'm digging down, I'm getting close to the plow line. If not, But I think the squeaker's right here. I think that might be it. It's a piece of is that green? Okay, yeah, okay, good. Oh, dude, it's another freaking giant button. All right, so I know this is a button because it's got the shank on the back. And guess what? Yeah, it looks like a polar bear. It's a bear. Not really. This is just a giant brass button that's melted. You know, I'm going to say this too. This was a fort that, you know, the Indians attacked. And no one knows what went down as far as did they fight, did they not fight, the people in the fort. But it ended up that the Indians killed every single one of them. There's no survivors. So there's no survivors. Everyone was scalped, killed, butchered, and other things. And I don't know. We don't know where the bodies are. I mean, the bodies could be just right where we're digging, just laying here. Or maybe some other colonials came back 10 years later and buried the bones. That is not recorded anywhere that I know of. So this is kind of a sacred piece of ground. We need to show it respect. And if this is the fort, it's probably is my best find I've ever made. My best find. I don't know about Todd. I mean, he found his wife, so. Well, my wife's my best find. I'm gonna say that. We're gonna go to the hole Todd cut a little piece of melted pewter out of there, and I want to dig down and see because it looked like the hole was trending down. And it was actually we weren't to the plow line on one side of it. Let's go do that. I'm gonna button this one up, button that one up, and then we'll have to hit the road. Well, the hole that Todd is digging, and you see on that far side, right down in there. I don't think he's to the plow line yet, so I'm gonna dig that back a little bit. See how much deeper it goes, that dark soil. And we're going to button it up and hit the road so we can get off the farm before it gets dark. I'm just going to trench it back a little bit. Like that. Take this out. Aye. A lot of rocks here. Wait. Aye. Up to the side. All right, let's take a look. That's a plow line. There's not any dark soil mixed in. Plow line's right here. That's where they plowed over the years. So we don't need to go any deeper. I'm gonna check this with a metal detector, and if there's anything, I'll show it to you. If not, quick roundup, and we're rolling. Oh, guys, see it right there. Oh, look, that's a beautiful. I mean, this is like, yeah, it's absolutely been melted. Nice hot fire. You think when this thing was melting, the day, the time, the minute this was melting, those people were being slaughtered probably. Yeah. Slowly roasting over fire.
Kids, women.
Yeah, or some other hideous thing as that was being melted. Yep. Oh, that's sad. Okay, we're going to call it quits. We want to get off the farm so we don't, make the landowner think that we're out here rustling cattle. Could be. We could have been rustling cattle. Anyway, we did really great. We have great clues that this might be the fort. Not 100%, not till we find the palisade where the wall was. Well, we know for sure. I think we'll be able to find that. Just a quick overview of the finds. This, again, you saw this already. I think that's a gun flint. May not be. I'm not going to sweat any bullets over that. Lots of melted pewter and lead and brass. That's the first piece we found. Melted, I'm not sure if that's, I think this is all brass. Couple early buttons. I mean, look at that bad boy. And it's melted. Same way here, melted. And some more lead. Is that melted too? Yeah, it's melted lead, and we're not sure about that one. But the thing is, we know there's a structure here full of mid-1700 stuff that burned. We just got to find that where the walls were, where those posts were. They're going around in a circle. And I gotta say this again. I don't know if I already did, but when this piece of brass here looks like a little dragon. The minute this was melting, people were dying all around us because the Indians slaughtered everyone here. Men, women, and children. This wasn't a fort that was manned by a bunch of soldiers. There were a few citizen soldiers, basically, and their wives and their kids and just everyone that lived in the area came to this place because they knew the Indians were coming through slaughtering everyone. little babies were getting whacked against trees as this was melting. Lovely thought, huh? Boy, I tell you, next visit we want to find that palisade where the walls went around here. We know where all the melted stuff came from, so we know we're right in the center of the fort. We want to branch out a little bit. Yeah, that's awesome. Dream come true, because I love the French name.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the next one. Maybe tomorrow.
Take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where it is or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby. I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She don't care if you're dying or if you're living or somewhere in between. Mother Earth, you are my lady.